Hello, Twitch. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of The Takeaway with me, your host, Munif. I am excited to present to you a very, very special stream with my partner, Noah Hoffman. He will be underwriting your Airbnb deals. Do you see that blue fuzz in the corner? That blue fuzz? It's light pollution from the sun reflecting. It's not really light pollution, but it's light from the sun reflecting off the snow. It just snowed here in Virginia. I'm going to go close the door so you don't have this blue haze destroying your vision. Amazing. Awesome. Twitch, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to be waiting on Noah. He's going to be joining us in just a second. Hey, by the way, how is my volume in my microphone? So I got a new mic. This is like a new microphone I got. I got this new mic. How is it? Does it suck? Should I go get my old one back? Let me know in the comments. How is this mic? It is a dynamic microphone. And I got this like whole setup for it because I wanted to improve the quality of the audio. So let me know in the comments, how is the microphone? Because I want to make sure I'm giving you guys amazing audio quality. Hello, works great, sounds great. Wow, amazing. Yes, I am happy. What is up, Rob? What is up, Devin? A winner. Melissa Gomez is here. The Melissa. Oh, wow. That's amazing. C. Zachariah. What's up? Daniel says clear. This is great. Let me text Noah. Noah Hoffman. Where you at, bro? Where you at, bruh? Noah is so busy. So we were a little late because we were underwriting an Airbnb. So Noah and I, we are constantly underwriting Airbnbs, probably 4 or 5 a day. And we're really buying about 4 or 5 a month, 2 of which we bring to Pace because Pace wants about 2 a month. On average, he wants about 2 a month, 2 Airbnbs a month. So we underwrite about 4 or 5 a day. So maybe in 30 days, what's 5 times 30, guys? Help me out here. Is that 300? No, 1,500. So that's probably how many we underwrite. No, not 1,500. 5 times 30 is 150. Not 1,500. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. This is, yeah, as you can tell, I use calculators. I can't count past 2. So when I start counting to 3s and 4s and everything after 2, I lose sight of things. So, what we're actually doing, this, you're going to like this. We're actually making an Airbnb calculator. Aren't you an engineer? I actually am. I actually am an engineer, and I studied as a classical engineer. But you don't have to count to be an engineer. You don't have to be good at counting past 2. You actually just need to understand concepts. And they actually let you use a calculator in engineering school. And I remember in one of my tests, I was using my fingers to count. It was like 7 plus 5. I still can't do 7 plus 5 in my head. So I go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like I have to actually do that. You'll see if I ever do like math, like 8 plus 7. What's 8 plus 7, guys? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Like I literally do this. You'll see me do that if you know me in real life. So I remember one of my engineering teachers was just like shaking his head at me. But I graduated with honors. But so you can use a calculator in engineering and in Airbnb underwriting. I'm actually developing a calculator using Upwork. So I'm hiring some engineers and some developers from Upwork, and I'm going to create a calculator with Noah. So you can actually plug in an address and it pulls data from like Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, AirDNA, and all these other websites. And it actually it shoots out a very good estimate of what the cash flow is going to be. So that's something we're working on. Math is definitely hard. Hey, Nicole, what's going on, Nicole? Ralph has to count with his fingers too. I think all the smart people have to use their fingers to count. Can't do it in my head. No, I can't do numbers in my head. The calculator would be useful. Yeah, it'd be amazing. So Noah and I are working on that. Noah says, sorry, I am trying to log in. Oh my gosh, Noah, let me send you the StreamYard link. Here, try this link. See if that link works. I will also email it to you. So Noah is one of the smartest people I know, but he's like, just like I'm numerically challenged, Noah is technologically challenged. Just kidding, Noah. I love you. StreamYard link. Here we go. All right. Oh, there he is. Is that him? Is that him? That's him. That's the guy. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man. Thank you. And sorry about this.
No worries, man. No problem. How are you, man?
Good. I'm really good. I just started my 75 hard today, thanks to you. So
You started your 75 hard
yeah,
day?
I feel great because I just got a workout in, and I did a work and walk. I call it the work and walk. So I work while I'm walking.
You did. You were on a meeting with me, and we were figuring out our buy box for our Airbnbs. So we've got a buy box for our Airbnbs, everybody, and Noah and I solidified it, and it's our checklist. So every time we look at a deal, we make sure that we're checking everything off on the checklist. Maybe we should share it with everybody. What if we showed everybody what our buy box was? How about that? Melissa, hey, Melissa is awesome. She actually helped us. Melissa, can you do me a favor? Can you email me that Word document so I can share it with everybody? Melissa, I know you're watching this. Can you please email it to me? Okay, Melissa's going to go ahead and email. Speaking of 75 hard, Noah, what is 75 hard?
You caught me. I don't know. I'm busted. No, I'm just kidding. It's so for 75 days in a row, you do something to make your health, your mind and health improve. So you drink a gallon of water, and I would like
water.
Let me show you guys my new bottle too.
Where is my water?
So this is my bottle. Here, let me see here. Give me 1 second here.
I lost my water bottle, so I've been drinking glasses of water.
Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna okay. Back, sorry. Okay. So you see, this is I can't see any comments, and I can't see who's in here. So that would be fun if I could. But this is my 1 gallon bottle from last year. I lost 30 pounds with this last year.
That's amazing.
Okay. And so you also read 10 pages of motivational a motivational book or business book, self-help book, 10 pages a day. And you work out twice a day. You're supposed to do 45 minutes inside, 45 minutes outside. And you do no alcohol, and you do the diet of your choice. Okay. So for me, I made up an awesome one called no sugar. It was just an idea I had.
That's a great one. That's a great diet. No sugar.
Yeah. No, I got that from you. But last year, my diet was no candy. I think it was no candy. But I did a lot more than that. I also did, I experimented with intermittent fasting for 2-3 weeks, and that works really good too, because it teaches us chubby people. It teaches us how to starve ourselves. Because when you only eat between 8 hours, for real, when you don't eat for 16 hours, then like you start to like it feels like you're starving yourself, but you don't worry, you don't panic, because you know you're going to get all your nutrition during those 8 hours that you do eat. So you practice not eating, and it's really good. So that was helpful. And then I eventually switched over to low carb keto light and all that stuff.
That's amazing. So Ralph was here. So Ralph's in the chat, I saw him. He was here last week to give us a lecture on like health and sleep, nutrition, hydration, and how these things can improve your mindset and your brain. So I love how you said that you went on this walk and you felt really good, Noah. Doing something like the 75 hard, cutting out candy, cutting out sugar, um, going out on walks outside, getting rest, these things can have a tremendous positive impact on our bodies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So I have our buy box. Okay, great. Melissa just emailed me the buy box. Looks safe. Here we go. It's saying the thing was saying that this could be a malicious email, and Melissa's emailed to me, and I was like,
Well,
Melissa's not hacking me. All right,
it's a Melissa email, not a malicious.
not yeah, exactly. All right, let's share our buy box. Okay, can you see? Can you guys all see the screen? I think they can. So, Airbnb buy box criteria. By the way, Ralph says, Noah, when you did low carb, did you notice any improvement in your cognition and focus?
Yes. Low carb is very difficult, right? So that's why it's yeah. So cognition for sure. I was worried about my cognition and brain fog when I did a vegan diet. At one point. But so I don't know about the cognition. I don't know if my brain. So I don't know. I guess that's a better answer. I'm not sure.
I'll tell you. I'll be the one to decide. I work with Noah almost every day, so Noah, I'll be like, hey man, the low carbs making you smarter, because it's hard to tell, right? Like
It wouldn't be smart. It would be like a foggier, like
foggier.
because sugar does give us energy for sure, and our brains need energy, but our bodies don't need that much. So I don't want to do keto. I want to
Mhm.
do low carb.
Yeah, for sure. So I definitely sugar gives me energy and it helps me think. But then when I cut sugar, I get brain fog, right? But then when I get used to it, I actually think clearly more than I did when I was eating sugar. So like I'm just like, but anyways, that's enough about sugar. That's enough about 75 hard. Let's get into Airbnbs. So somebody asked, where are we buying? Ringlehan 11 says, where are we buying? Noah, where are we buying?
We're buying everywhere.
Everywhere. That's the answer. Everywhere. As long as, do you guys see that checkbox that says, hey, are there at least 20 Airbnb comps within 5 miles? As long as we have those comps, we're good. So that rules out farms. We don't really want to buy in rural areas with a bunch of horses and um, cows and stuff like. Unless if there's for some reason a lot of Airbnbs there, we'll buy. Sure, why not? But also, does it cash flow as a rental, right? What if for some reason Airbnbs become illegal, right? You got to look at the local laws and the HOAs. What if they become illegal and we start getting fined because we have an Airbnb? Sometimes it's $1,000 a day. Some of these crazy areas where if they catch you doing an Airbnb, they'll send you fines that you have to pay. And so if we have something like that, we got to turn it into a rental. And a lot of people get confused here, right? So like, for example, one of our properties we bought, somebody was like, hey, I know it doesn't cash flow as a rental. You're going to lose money as a rental. We actually ended up not buying this. Excuse me. We didn't buy this one because they said the only way this makes money is as an Airbnb, right? And it was in an area where Airbnb was illegal and the city, the local government was like really cracking down. And Noah and I will take risks, right? We will take risks, but we take calculated risks. And if we're looking like, hey, like Airbnbs are frowned upon in this area, and if we cannot turn it into a rental, we cannot turn it into a rental because if we did turn it into a rental, we'd lose money, we'd negative cash flow. Then this is such a high risk. We're going to pass on this, right? So there are these levels of criteria that we look at, being which I am sharing my screen. So I am not going to go through each and every one of them. What I'd rather do is I'd rather say, hey, do you have any questions about anything you see on your screen? Chris James, the man. What's up, man? How you doing? Noah, did I miss anything? Is there anything you want to add on that I just missed or didn't
No,
talk about?
I think you did great.
So I'm going to leave this up for a couple more minutes for everyone to either write down, because like, look, a lot of you guys are sub 2 students. Some of you aren't sub 2 students, but you are locking up creative deals that maybe you bring to me and Noah and we buy, or we bring it to Pace and maybe Pace buys it. But when we're looking at what we're buying, here's really what we're looking at, right? We're looking at these things every time we underwrite. And eventually we're going to make a calculator. No, I told them about our calculator idea. We're going to so the reason I wanted to build a calculator was on New Year's Eve, I was underwriting Airbnbs, and I went on AirDNA and I was like extrapolating the data from AirDNA. And it's such a painstaking process to like hover over every single bubble they give you. I was like, man, there should be a way to make a calculator. And then that was it. I was like so frustrated. I was like, we're gonna freaking make a calculator, put in our address, press a button, and bam, it pulls the data out, tells us exactly how much we're gonna make every single month. So that is a work in progress. Does anybody have any questions about our buy box before we move into deal underwriting? And I just remembered that we are also streaming this on Facebook, and Facebook doesn't actually show me the comments people are making. So if you're watching this on Facebook, I actually have no idea if you're making comments. So I'm so sorry. Okay, no questions. No questions. I'm gonna remove this. So no questions. Oh, sorry, Yatang. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna stop screen sharing. I'm gonna get on Facebook. Pull up Facebook. So I don't want to miss any Facebook comments. Oh my gosh, Jimmy Fuentes asked, what is the minimum ARV? That's such a good question. Jimmy asked, what is the minimum ARV for our buy box? Noah, what is
250.
the minimum ARV?
250,000.
350, right? $250,000 is our minimum that we're looking at. Now, will we buy anything under 250?
Yes, we will.
Oh, yes, we will. So why? Because maybe there are 5 or 6 or 7 other good things we like about that property, right? Maybe there's something special about that property that we like, and we will make an exception. But our minimum, right, and we want to stick to it, is 250K ARV. And Noah, can you explain why is that? Why 250? Why not 100K? Why not 120K ARV?
Well, because it destroys your leverage, right? So leverage is one of the big benefits to investing in real estate. You just like, even if you use the conventional loan, you're only putting 20% down, but you get 100% of this thing that's going to make you money and appreciate, and you get to depreciate and do all these things with. There's a bundle of benefits,
Mm-hmm.
and leverage is one of them. So instead of buying a house, let's say for 200,000, with your 200,000, you put
Mm-hmm.
20% down on 5 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we like creative finance is because loans slow us down and get in our way to do
Right.
more and more, faster and faster. And so
Noah, we're losing you. We're losing you,
with
buddy.
reason, I'm back.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
The reason that so the Airbnb setup costs are the same. Furniture costs the same, whether it's a cheap or expensive house. Rehab costs the same, like painting and carpet and all those expenses are the same. And so therefore, if you're going to spend 40, 50,000 to rehab and furnish a property and it's only worth 100,000, you're not getting the good kind of leverage you can get with a more expensive property.
Yeah. Another way I think about it, Noah, do I get more tax benefits for a $100,000 house or a $300,000 house?
$300,000
Great.
house.
If the market goes up by 5%, do I make more money on a $100,000 house or a $300,000 house?
300. Yeah, the bigger the property, and is the more of those benefits you're getting,
The more
the more
benefits,
expensive,
right?
right? And but it could start getting risky and top heavy and things like that. So, I think that's the thing we didn't talk about was our maximum.
Do
But
we have one? Do we have a maximum ARV? That's a
we
really good
do,
question, Tom.
we do, we haven't I don't think we've discussed it yet, but I've thought about it, and I've told people a lot like
What's our
sometimes
maximum?
right. So once I'm near San Francisco, sometimes people message me and say, "Hey, no, I got a deal. Would you look at it?" And this happened last week. It's a $7 million house in San Francisco,
Mm.
and I say I won't even look at it.
Mm.
I won't even look at it. But like, so I think our maximum might be 1.1 million.
One
I
point
I think we could say 1
1
million,
million.
1 to
1
1.1
million.
million.
I'm up there with you. I think that me, when people submit deals that I look at, because like I don't, me and Noah decide together when we buy something. We never decide, by ourselves, right? We both go through our checklist and go yes, 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 no, 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 or we figure out, why yes, why no. But I won't even send something to Noah to look at with me if it's above 1 million. If it's at 1 million, maybe. I have to really like it. There has to be something special with it, whether it's cash flow, really good comps, maybe it has a pool, maybe I get some equity, we get some equity, maybe there's maybe
And
we
that
can
happened,
convert.
right? It happened last week, right?
It happened last week, right? And we're working on a deal that's like what? Like there's a $800,000 deal we're working on, right?
1.3 in
Oh, you're
Florida.
talking about the Florida one, right? Right, right. So we looked at it, but it was too high, right? 1.3. We were like, you know what? Out of our buy box, and we said no.
No, so you did, and you dismissed it. But then I said, "Well, hold on, wait a minute. This
Yeah.
has a lot of special features. Remember,
Yes, I remember that
like
one. That's
like
right.
this is it's has a lot of special features. So we're still looking at it.
So here's the thing, right? I say no. I wrote it off because I was like, it's over 1 million. I don't want to look at it. Noah, he's this is why I really like Noah. He finds these little hints, right? Like every property's got these little clues to why it might be a good deal or a bad deal. So Noah looks at those nuances, and he's still on it. He's still going to entertain that property. And then what he's going to do is he's going to bring it to me and he's going to go, look, bro, look at X, Y, and Z nuance to say, hey, we should buy this, or maybe we shouldn't, right?
Actually, that one is, and so one of the nuances is like, hey, Pace has different nuances than we have.
Yes, he does.
So Pace needs more depreciation,
Yes,
right? So he has a special interest in, and he has a special liking for that neighborhood,
he likes that neighborhood.
right?
So me and Noah, we're kind of neighborhood agnostic, right? Like we really don't care as long as it hits our buy box. But like you just said, Pace has got his buy box, and sometimes he likes a property in a neighborhood that he already bought a house in that's doing really well. So Pace is like that one in particular. I think Pace really would like that one, right?
Yeah. So Pace's buy box is a little bit different than ours, right? Like like he didn't like Aztec, but he
Yeah,
does he is okay with over 1 million, over
he is.
1.1.
Yeah, Pace is okay. So he is okay. So
I
for
would
our
say I wouldn't show Pace anything over maybe 2 million probably.
So why don't we tell everybody this? If your deal is under 2 million, we will look at it to see if Pace is a good fit for it. But for us, probably not over $1 million. Probably not. Right. But
And then at 2 million, all of our other rules would still need to come into place, like cash flow. Right. Cash
oh
flow,
yeah.
entry fee, all that still applies.
So I'm putting our website over here, coffeeshopdeals.com. Submit your creative deals there if you want us to consider buying it, right? If you want to sell or assign a deal to us, submit it on coffeeshopdeals.com, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at those deals. That is our website.
And or just tag us, right?
Oh yeah, tag us on Facebook. So what are we doing, Noah, for people who find us, even if it's like someone else's deal and we buy it from somebody else?
$500.
We're giving them $500 if they find us a deal, even if it's not
if all they have to do is tag us.
just tag us on
we end up
Facebook.
getting it.
Right.
Yeah.
But well, I mean, it gets kind of hard. So like, what if 3 people tag us on the deal?
Right. They have to have proof that they tagged us first.
Okay, whoever tagged us first, right? Like so like for example, Mike Davis, he tagged us on a deal. We might buy it. I don't know if we'll buy it or not. He tagged us and then he texted us and he said, "Hey, there's this deal from so and so. I wanted you guys to look at it. I think it's going to be a good Airbnb. I can follow up with him if you guys are busy." And so Mike is going above and beyond. And I was like, bro, if we end up buying this, we're going to give you the finder's fee of $500. So coffeeshopdeals.com, if you want to submit deals to me and know what to buy. I think it's Amanda Farrington. I was calling her Ama, but I think it's Amanda. Are you using other people's money to fund entry fees and furnishing, looking for tips to scale quickly? Yeah, absolutely. 100% other people's money. 1,000% other people's money.
And by the way, our lenders are winning, right?
Oh, bro, our lenders are winning.
Yeah.
One of our lenders, we just wrote her first check from real estate ever. It's a $500 check she's getting of just pure interest. She's getting it, I think today, actually. She's getting it today. She's a newbie investor. She's never done a deal before. And now she's going to get a $500 check from us for the next 24 months. She doesn't have to do a thing. And what we're doing is we're showing her how we're setting up the Airbnbs, how we're finding these deals, how we're furnishing our Airbnbs from A to Z. We're showing her and our other lenders how we do our business. We've got another lender who's going to fly out to Dundalk, Maryland to see in person how we set up the Airbnbs and to be with us when we do the process so he himself can do it next time for his own Airbnb deals. So our lenders are absolutely winning. They're making money while they learn the Airbnb game. It is a phenomenal opportunity. Jimmy says, I've got a deal if you guys need one to underwrite. What do you think about that? Are we ready to underwrite some deals?
I think so. And I also wanted to say what's up to Yatang. I didn't see these comments until now. So
Yatang is the best. I think it's pronounced Yatang.
Yatang, thank you.
Yatang, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see if there are any more comments on Facebook. Nope, we're ready to go. Oh, let's do it, dude. Daytona Beach isn't don't they have some strict regulations in Daytona Beach, Noah?
Actually, we don't care about those.
We don't. But
I might have looked at this.
Really?
I've definitely looked at some. Even like Pace looked at one on when we did that. I think when it was one of those lives he did recently, he was looking at one in Daytona Beach, and it was the same one that we were looking at while I was there near Daytona Beach. It was a duplex. So I don't remember that. So Jimmy, is that the duplex?
I heard it comes down to the neighbors complaining or not. That's so true, but you can't control that. So one of our buy box criteria is, can we turn this into a rental if this fails as an Airbnb, right? We're happy to take, like Noah and I, we take risks, right? We will set up Airbnbs in areas that you know, they don't really like them, right?
Right. So let me just put a disclaimer about me saying I don't care about the regulations. I do care, and I will follow all the laws um, when I learn them. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna not buy it because of legal rumors. Because there's always people who say, "Oh, I heard you can't do that," and they've been saying that for real. They've been saying that with Airbnb since before, like the city of Berkeley, where I started. Like there was like massive rumors you're not supposed to do it. Even people in the city were saying it's kind of like vague in their language. And like 7 years later, they came out and specified it. Just like a lot of HOAs, like they say stuff, but it's not really specified. And then they'll do new votes, new
Mhm.
regulations, and then they'll specify.
Right.
So a lot of times they're kind of just rumors, or they're not actually enforcing whatever kind of vague rules they have.
Right. But if they do, and let's say we set one up and you know they're frowned upon, because we really go with the feeling of like the community and the neighborhood of like, hey, this city really doesn't like them and they're fighting to make them, you know, go away. Right. There are some cities that fight a lot harder than others, right? If we get the sense that this is one of
Like
those cities,
like Arlington, Texas.
like Arlington, Texas, right?
I'm just
Which that
right.
was the deal that we were like, hey, this cash flows as an Airbnb, but if we, you know, Arlington comes down with their hammers and starts beating down on our doors, can we turn this into a rental? And the answer was no. We would negative cash flow $1,000 or some crazy number if it became a rental. We're like, heck no, that is way too risky. So that's why one of our buy box criteria is, hey, does this cash flow as a rental? Can we do a plan B on this in case we can't turn this into an Airbnb? And really, it's to protect our investors, our private lenders, to make sure that, hey, they're lending on a secure asset, that even if we can't, you know, turn this into an Airbnb, we've got a furnished rental that's ready to go, a long-term rental, which is way better than just losing money every month. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Okay, rent rate is 1,500. It's a 4-1. PITI is 1,000 a month. Should I share the things we look for, the things we need when we underwrite a deal, Noah?
Mm-hmm.
I'll share that. All right. Okay, great. I will show you guys the things we need. um,
Your tongue said Nashville hates STRs, but there are so many in Nashville. I wonder what's the deal with that. And I wonder, do do they actually enforce or not? Like I know they said you have to get a license, but in some places it's like, they're not going to actually send you a fine for a few years. And we went through this with an HOA once, and me and my partner decided we're not going to make decisions based on warnings, only actual um, teeth, not something where if you get an actual fine, not a warning. You might get warnings for 5 years before you actually get a fine, and the fine might only be $200. So I go for
right. And
enforce.
so
Yeah.
well, I like, so to just reiterate this, but I know people will ask me, right? Will we buy Airbnbs or deals in areas that Airbnbs are frowned upon, and being, you know, maybe there's local or neighborhood action being taken against Airbnbs? Yes, absolutely, we will still buy them, but it's a red flag. It's not a green flag and it's not a yellow flag. It's still a red flag. And a lot of people get confused when I say, hey, man, your assignment fee you're asking for is quite high in an area that really doesn't like Airbnbs. And this doesn't really cash flow at the current numbers as a rental if we cannot turn this into an Airbnb for whatever reason, right? And a lot of people give me pushback, and it's like, look, we'll still buy them, but it doesn't help the deal. It doesn't help. It's not a great deal if they're illegal in the city, or if they're incredibly frowned upon, if there are fines and violations and this and that. Sure, can we make a deal? Sure, absolutely. Does it help the deal or does it hurt the deal? It absolutely hurts the deal if there are strict Airbnb and short-term rental regulations. Yes, Brandon says it correctly. Being grandfathered in. Sometimes you got to be grandfathered in, and if you're not, it's a lot harder to get it set up as an Airbnb. All right. So do you guys see this? This is what we need. So in that website, right? Coffeeshopdeals.com. In that website, coffeeshopdeals.com, we actually end up asking you for all this. So, Jimmy, I know for this project or this property, we need, you gave us the address, so we've got the address. We probably can find ARV pretty quickly. But Noah, do you want to go ahead and start underwriting this? What do you want to do?
Sure. Yeah, we can do that. Now, now, are you gonna pop open a couple of screens and screen share, or do you want me to?
Yeah, why don't you screen share? We'll have you screen share. I will remove this screen, and I want you to hit share screen. And let's get your screen up there.
Okay. I think we are up there.
Oh, there we go.
And maybe we'll start with a spreadsheet.
I love spreadsheets, except I actually hate them. That's why I'm creating a calculator for us. Speaking of which, we have three software developers to interview today. But I will do that. Don't worry about it. I will.
Cool. And we have also a couple of phone calls.
Oh yeah, some attorneys to call.
We also know we have more. We have a contractor in Gainesville who needs to talk to you, me, and Mike. And
do we have one lined up to talk to?
Well, just yeah. So my guy in Georgia says he can go drive down. So, but we should talk to him first.
Okay, for sure.
Okay. So let me maybe minimize this. Is that going to make it too small? Okay. I might just need to ask you questions if I can't find it. Or here, let me find the address here.
Can you see it on the screen? I guess you can't, right? Because you're sharing.
Well,
screen.
I just opened up a smaller.
I have an idea. You know what
I found it. 752 South Carolina.
You know what you can do, Noah? Instead of sharing your screen, you can share the tab.
Gotcha.
So you can share the tab, and it'll make your life a little bit easier. So go back to share. Yeah, so share the tab with the spreadsheet, and you can have it'll show us the entire tab, and then you can do what you're doing, and it won't be too small.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Here we go. Yep.
So okay.
So yeah, now we can see. Yep. Now we can see the entire thing, and then you can have like a separate like tab for whatever you do.
Okay. So now, okay. So what I'll do first is, I will go. I'm going to go to Zillow, or let's see, or you think I should just go straight to AirDNA?
Why don't we go? Why don't we go to Zillow just to check out the house? Yeah.
So you still see my screen?
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah. We see everything. This is amazing. So it's a 3-bed, 1-bath. It's been sold 2019. Cute little house. 1186 square feet.
Right. And a lot. By the way, a lot of times I'm looking at a sub 2 when I see it's recently sold, like in the last year or two. That that tells me a little bit about the situation. Like there's no equity, right? A lot of times I'll see a property like that was sold this year. So that gives that still starts to inform me, okay, so we have 1180 square feet. Zestimate says 170, sold for 120. So there's some equity there, right there. That's a $50,000 difference in what. And so the gentleman or the woman, whoever it is who owns it, they probably owe still close to 120, like 115. Okay. And then let's see here. Should we want to look at the pictures?
Absolutely. Well, it'll give us an idea of the repair costs.
And you know what I've been experiencing lately are trees that hang over roofs.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Are such an issue. Now you can't really tell if these are in front or behind it, but as the leaves fall on the roof, they create, and then it rains, it creates puddles that of standing water on the roof, which can actually start a leak.
Also, can't the branches in the wind start damaging the roof?
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, like I haven't experienced those, but I've just experienced like the leaves falling down,
Hmm.
like actually causing water. Like right now, we have a property with a leak in the roof, and I don't even honestly, I don't know if it was from the leaves. That's what a guy told me, because they were. Oh, so he actually showed me a picture of where the wet leaves were, and he cleaned them off, and it was like discolored in those spots.
Got
Anyhow,
it.
but we spend thousands on tree removal and branch cutting. And
Yeah, I got for our property in we're getting in Kaufman, Texas. The home inspector report, he noted those branches and trees right on the roof, and he was like, "You might want to remove these." Oh, look at the house; it's in pretty good
mhm,
condition.
yeah, it- um, that looks like
Jimmy says $2,500 repair.
a. Mhm. Um,
Well,
yeah,
are these photos from 2019? Probably, right? So they're about 3 years old,
yeah, probably.
2 years old.
And what else were we? Okay, those 1 foot tiles.
Hmm.
Um, those are pretty common, easy to replace, but don't look super modern, I
Yeah.
think.
So what do we do next? We've looked at the photos.
Okay.
The house from the
And I'm
photos.
wondering what's up with the bars on the window. Is that just like a stylistic choice, or is that another indicator?
Ooh, Jimmy wants to jump up here on the live with us. Let's jump. Let's bring Jimmy on,
Okay.
bro. Come join us. So this is your underwriting spreadsheet, Noah. Can you talk us through what you're doing here?
Okay. Yes. So there are different things we do depending on what we're actually trying to look at. But for starters, I think what we should do, um, let's I would normally say let's get our estimated revenue, but we can instead of doing that, we can start taking some of the expenses. Okay. So here we'll put gross revenue. Um,
Melissa says, would this be a cash sale versus creative? I noticed it says purchase price 115K. Yeah, Melissa, because that's the purchase price. Like when we buy something sub two, because this is a great question. This is a really good question, and it really confused me a lot. And what helped me, Noah actually helped me get a lot of this clear. When we buy something sub two, that payoff amount, right? We're inheriting that loan, so we owe that loan, and then any money to the wholesaler and any money to the seller and arrears and all that stuff that adds up to this total purchase price for the transaction. So like, do you end up paying that purchase price over the course? No, because you pay interest and a lot of the stuff, but you still need the purchase price for that real estate transaction for those tax benefits, right? When I go and I write that letter to the IRS to depreciate something, I they want to know how much of it I'm going to depreciate. So that purchase price really helps determine the value of the house that you buy. All right, so we got Jimmy Fuentes on the
What's going on?
giveaway. What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy, is it Fuente or Fuentes?
Fuentes.
Fuentes. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. Yourself?
So good. I think this is the first time I've talked to you, Jimmy. How are you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First time. Doing great, doing great. I could give you guys a little background on this deal and then paint the picture a little better. So, lady bought it in late 2019. COVID hit, lost her job, moved out of state, basically abandoned it. So it was on pre-foreclosure. Arrears for about a year, give or take. I think it was 13,000 last I remember. Um,
Well, maybe I should start looking at that too then. Let's entry costs. So should we start with purchase price, or no? Let's just do entry. So cash to seller.
cash to seller was zero.
Okay.
On
You
the
said
front
rehab
end,
about 2K.
rehab is 2,500. By the way, a lot of these numbers are literally vetted out because we closed on this deal and I'm in the process of setting it up. So
Okay.
we're underwriting a deal that's like halfway through or in the
Okay.
process.
That's fine.
Assignment fee.
That's no problem.
No assignment fee just because it's for ourselves. So I don't know what you guys will put that as if somebody's bringing you a
Right.
deal. Cash to sell is 0. Rehab 2,500.
Closing costs.
Closing costs.
Like to the title company.
Yeah, freak. I don't remember. I know all in all we closed for like 16,000. Let's say 17,000, and that includes
You already
setting up.
closed on this, Jimmy.
Yeah, that includes setting up the trust for the property, land trust. Setting up the mortgages. There's technically 3 mortgages on here. There's the first one. There's another one that I kind of convinced her because she didn't want to keep the mortgage on her name. So I said, what if we paid you 10 grand side by side with the mortgage over 10 years or 30 years? So basically her monthly payment is like $50, but it's 10,000 that goes to her. It's not on the front end though. So I don't know if you want to put that on cash with seller.
So I'll
It's
just
just
say total cash to close. So
17K you could put. It was like 16,900 something.
Right.
But that cash is financed as a second mortgage, right?
No.
No, not the cash to close. The 10 grand. Is it 10 grand over
10 grand, yes.
Okay, got it. So
were those arrears? You said.
Yeah, arrears were 13 grand. You maybe could have gotten away with a loan mod, but we just closed on it. We just paid it
That's
off.
So
fine.
arrears 13, and then the other was 4 for a total of 17.
Yeah, so I guess closing cost was 4.
Closing calls, the trust was like 700.
Yeah. So but 17. These two numbers are 17 total.
Right.
Arrears 13.
Real quick. Can that assignment be paid over a period of time, or is it better to negotiate that down? Actually, Dre Smith, it's between you and the wholesaler. Like we will pay more, just like creative finance. Like if somebody wants to finance their assignment fee, we'll pay more. Like we're happy to pay more, but it depends on the wholesaler, right? Like if a wholesaler is like, I'd rather have 10 grand today than 20 grand over 3 years, like you can negotiate that. You can work that out. It really depends on, as long as it works for our numbers, we're happy to pay whatever, right? Because we have to raise private money for that entry costs, right? Me and Noah have to raise private money for all of the fees and costs and furnishing until an Airbnb starts generating income, right? And that includes the assignment fee. But if somebody's willing to take a lot less in the beginning and finance that assignment fee to us, we can pay them every month and we can end up giving them a lot more money than, if we were just to give them cash up front. I hope that answers your question, Dre. Sorry, Jimmy. Sorry, Noah. I just want to go ahead and answer his question.
Good.
That's great.
So total cash to close. I don't know if you want to count the arrears. You put 4,000 in there.
So is that total?
No. Closing cost is 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
So no, and then the total cash to close was like.
Okay, so what? Okay, so I meant to say closing costs. Okay.
Right. Okay. Correct. Yeah, there you go. So then we got to look at repairs, right?
The repairs were on the back room. So the room is obviously next to the bathroom. The bathroom had like a leak on the wall. So literally there was like a half of the drywall was open. It needed flooring because the carpet got ruined. So it was literally just burnt concrete on it. So little minor things here and there. We paid 2,500 to fix all the issues, and then they kind of went through the whole house, check all the AC. They kind of revamped the whole thing. Took out a bunch of stuff because she left beds in there and whatnot that we're actually keeping for the Airbnb. So
amazing. So repairs 2,500, and then furnishing would be, well, you already got the beds.
I got 2 rooms worth of beds. There's 4. By the way, it's 4 rooms. The Zillow is off. I think they converted the garage or something into it has a big ass long room next to basically side by side to the house.
That's amazing. Me and Noah do that. We convert garages into additional dwelling unit. So that's a really, really good thing.
But yeah, so we have technically 4 twin beds. They're stackable, or there's actually, so there's 2 that are, what do you call them, bunk beds, and then the other ones are like the bunk beds, but they're like side by side. So I guess you could like take them apart and put them side by side.
So Noah, can you please share that document with me? I want to write some notes in that doc.
Oh, this. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Thank you. Just share
They
it.
also left a couch, but it's not a pull out. I'm still kind of debating what to do with that. But yeah, that's the moral of the story as far as the deal. She's
All right, let's
paper
take a look
closure.
at
She
it.
was pretty flexible after a lot of negotiation. To basically, she didn't get anything because she was underwaters when we first started negotiating, and then kind of appreciation kicked in. And for us, by the time we closed, we ended up have some equity in the deal. But
So how much are you estimating for furnishing?
I have no clue. That's kind of where I'm.
Noah, so if it came with the beds,
Only
how
a few.
much? How much would it cost? So how many beds does it come with, Jimmy?
2 rooms worth, so I still got to furnish 2 other rooms.
You gotta furnish 2. You gotta get 2 beds, and
If the beds don't look good, then they're a liability. So the beds should look nice.
They look. I mean, I don't want to say they're like, but they're nice.
As long as they're good enough, right? I mean, as long as you can still make it look like a great experience. A lot of times, like the bed is barely even visible when it's covered with the mattress and blankets and all that anyway.
Yeah.
But like, if it, for example, it should have a headboard, maybe a footboard or nice, because like you came this far, you don't want to quit right before,
Right. So what would we get? Let's throw some spaghetti on the wall here and give them a furnishing estimation. Would you say for a 4-bedroom house, right? And it comes with 2 beds, let's say. Let's just assume they're nice, right? What would we spend on furnishing? Would you say 15,000?
You said on 4 bedrooms, so I would say it. So nowadays, I'm saying, like, for example, I even went up to 6,000 per bedroom, but that's so that would be like but you know what? I think that's I guess there's some limitations on square footage. So maybe we'll go to 5,000 per bedroom, and that's just to like, as a rule of thumb, like 20 grand for a 4-bedroom,
You got 2 beds.
right. So you already got 2 beds, so you can knock a little bit off. But when I say that number, like that number is like if you like basically like hire it out to someone who's like a professional to get this done. Now, if you live in town and you want to save money, you could get it done for a third. If you pick up some used furniture on Facebook Marketplace, on Craigslist, if you have a pickup truck, stuff like that. Like, we're trying to do things ourselves differently because we're trying to set up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 properties every month from out of town. We can't have our little cousin drive around with the truck to pick it up for us. We have to just hire people who we can rely on to do it right and do it fast.
Right. So basically the to kind of answer that question, Jimmy, are you local or do you have local help to help you furnish? You're local. Okay, amazing. You can get this done at a fraction of the furnishing cost than if me and Noah were to do it, because me and Noah are doing this at scale. We're hiring out so much of it and we're standardizing so much of it, right? We're like Build-A-Bear, but like Airbnbs, right? We're like build a Airbnb, right? So we eat certain costs if we know the numbers work, right? Because we've got private money, we can, we've got bigger margins, we know what we're doing, so we can spend the money, we can spend the 15, 18 grand on furnishing, knowing that, hey, we're gonna make the money back in 3 years or 2 years or whatever, right? But for you, it's local. You could spend your time on Facebook Marketplace. You can look around, find really good deals on furniture. You could probably get this thing furnished. What do you say, Noah? Less than 10 grand?
Yes, less than 10 grand.
Let's just say 10 grand. Let's just put 10 grand here, all right?
Yeah, or even 8, right? 8, 10
Let's
grand.
do 8 grand. I think he can do it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like if you have a truck and you're willing to drive around and pick stuff up, and you're willing to put some furniture together yourself. But also, so just so you know, like I usually spend about an average of $1,000 on art, right? So think about that: 1,000 on art, 1,000 on linens, right? Maybe 500 on kitchen supplies.
I'm gonna put this as 9,000, and then we're gonna move on to holding costs. So for holding costs, what was the PITI plus second loan plus? You said there's gonna be a third loan on it.
Yes. So I basically became a private lender for myself. So instead
Okay,
of
you're a genius. That's exactly how to do it.
I'm
So,
eventually thinking about just replacing myself with an actual private lender. But
right. But you're gonna give yourself an interest rate. So what is your
8%.
total monthly?
So the first loan PITI is about 1,000. It's like 900 something.
Mhm.
I was trying to see if I could open it up and see it, but the interest rate on that is 4.625 on that first one, if it matters.
Not right now. It matters when we underwrite to
Yeah.
see if we're gonna buy, but for at least underwriting for you, it doesn't really matter at this moment.
The second payment is like shit. Let me just do the math real quick. 10 grand.
Yeah, do the math.
divided
I'm gonna answer
by
your tongue's
29
question.
divided by 12.
Take your time.
It's
So
like $28 for the second
$28
a month. Yeah,
That's amazing. And then how much are you paying yourself back?
I'll give you that one in a second.
The tongue says any national company that does furnishings. Not that I know of. I think there are local and some companies that do certain states. Me and Noah use Amazon. We use Amazon for like a lot of our furniture.
113.
113. So about 113 plus like 30. Like we're at like 150 plus what? What'd you say? 1,100.
1,000.
1,000. So you're like at like 1,200 a month ish. I don't know.
Yeah, like 150.
Whatever, right?
1150.
1,150, right? So how many months do you estimate it's going to take before this thing is ready to go?
I have no clue.
You want to say 2 months?
Definitely tops.
So let's say 2,200. So let's say 2,300, right? 2,300 is your holding cost, right? That's how much you're going to spend. You want to set aside just to hold the property until it's ready to make you some money. Ringlehand says, do you guys use a lot of the same furniture? Absolutely. Oh yeah, we love some heavy duty same furniture. Noah loves getting certain heavy duty beds that won't break from Amazon. So we're actually creating a SOP for the furniture we're going to use for our Airbnbs. Maybe if you ask Noah really nicely and you shout him out on Instagram, on Facebook, and you ask really nicely, maybe Noah will share that SOP of furniture that we're making for you. Maybe if Noah's in a good mood, you catch him at a good mood and you throw him a lot of sugar on Facebook. Okay, great. So 2,300. So this, okay, cash to seller, assignment fee, closing cost arrears, furnishing, repairs, holding costs. This should give us our total entry fee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's sum this. Let's figure out what that entry is. Okay, great. About 30 grand, right? Great. That's amazing. Amazing. So, shout out Noah. Yes, please shout him out. Go tag him on Facebook. Go make a post about, let's say, share one thing you learned from today's stream and go tag Noah Hoffman. So he comes back here. And then when I ask him, hey, Noah, that SOP that you've been working really hard on, can we share it with everybody? Is that okay? Is that something we can do? He goes, yes. I love how Ringlehand shouted me out. I love how Yatong shouted me out. I love how they made posts and tagged me. And they shared what they learned from watching the stream. I'm happy to share this SOP. Okay, so Jimmy, we got the entry fee. All right, so the next thing that's up, Noah, now that we know what our initial investment is, right? Let's get into the fun stuff. Let's figure out our monthly gross revenue.
Okay.
Can I
And
turn my screen real quick?
Yeah, sure. Hold on. Let me remove Noah's. What you got? You're sharing screen.
So that's the couch that was left behind. And then these are what the beds look like. Oh crap, I don't have the other one. But it's basically literally the same thing, just side by side on the other room.
I'm not sure why I can't see.
You can't see the screen? No,
Oh, hold on. So Twitch, hold on. So no, I'm supposed to be on the StreamYard.
You're supposed to be on the StreamYard. Yep.
Now, how do I find that? Jeez, I'm so technologically slow here. How do I find the StreamYard?
Is it one of your tabs, buddy?
It must be, shouldn't it?
You know what? I'm gonna hold on.
It's okay.
Do you have a thing like? Can you like? Are you on a Mac or a PC?
I'm on a PC. Oh, I found it.
Oh, you
Hold
found
on,
it. Okay.
there it is. Boom.
I have to keep drinking water for this challenge. I'll be right back. You guys, just hold the show.
Is that your couch?
That's the couch, and then these are the beds. There's technically two sets. This is in one room, and then the other room, they're technically side by side. So these will probably end up putting them side by side as well.
Oh, I got you. Instead of bunk beds.
Right. I'm trying to get the picture in here. Oh, here we go. So this is what the other one looks like on the other room.
Mm-hmm. Twin beds.
Mm-hmm. I plan on getting like foam toppers and obviously nice sheets and whatnot to kind of make it look better. And the mattress are low.
Boom. Yep. Yeah. The foam topper, memory foam, that'll help. And so those are you have two twins in two of the rooms.
Yeah, there's two sets of that bunk bed situation.
Okay.
I was debating as well to put that on the longer room. Let me see if I have a picture for that. Put in like all the bunk beds on or something on the other rooms, and then just put like bigger beds on the actual bedrooms. Mm-hmm. But I don't.
So a lot of people like kings. We've been doing a lot of king beds lately, and even putting king in the title of the property, like king beds. Something about that, because the people who are over 6 feet probably would like that.
Got it. Definitely will go king with the rest of it. Yeah, I don't have any more pictures. I don't know what my pictures are.
All right, let's start getting into the revenue. Let's figure out what the revenue is. Oh, all right. The screensaver is wild. What was the screensaver? I missed it.
It was some cars and stuff.
Awesome. I love cars. Okay.
Oh, my vision board? That's what we're talking about. Yeah,
it must be your vision board, dude. That's dope. You like cars, Jimmy?
Yes.
That's awesome. When I visit you, will you take me on a joyride?
If I have a car, then yeah.
You will. Hell yeah, we're gonna manifest you all the cars you want, man.
Love it.
All right.
This Airbnb should pay for it.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Yes. Let's get you paid so you can buy a car that's awesome, and then you can drive us around in it when we visit you. Let's do it.
Okay, you see my screen now. Okay.
Yes.
So now we're gonna go back over here to the expenses, and should I make this a little bit bigger so you can see it better?
We see it. I think we see it perfectly. I think it's amazing. Okay. You can if you really want to, but I think we're good.
Okay. Let's see here. Boom.
Okay, perfect. Okay. That's awesome. Thank you.
And so here, so let's look at let's start with cleaning costs. It's 4 bedrooms, 1,100 square feet. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, you might know someone who loves cleaning houses for $75, but I had to estimate a 4 bedroom, but it's not a big 4 bedroom. It's 1,100 square feet, right? It's kind of a small 4 bedroom.
I don't know how accurate that is, but yeah, sure. The main bedrooms are pretty small.
Okay.
And that big room kind of throws it off. I don't think that big room to the side of the house is accounted for anywhere.
Okay. So I want to say $600. I want to say monthly. So $600 in cleaning fee, just to be on the safe side. let's see here. So I'm gonna say cleaning fees are
And that's on top of turning the house, right? That's just like
yes, yep, yeah, turning the house, yep. So it's I'm gonna say it's $150 times 4. Okay. On average, we get like about 4 stays per month. Sometimes we might get a guest who stays 2 or 3 months, and then sometimes we get someone who stays, 2 or 3 days. But so, I mean, it is a pass through expense. The guests pay the cleaning fee every time, but on Air DNA's annual estimated revenue, they include all of the
Oh,
revenue.
they include all the dollars that the
Right.
guest spends
Right.
to that. Got it.
Yeah.
good to know.
And so for electricity and gas, I want to say for an 1,100 square foot property, I want to say 200 a month. Does that sound okay, Jimmy? 200 a
Yeah.
month for electricity and gas, water and garbage. Let's say 100. Lawn care. So what I do for lawn care is I look at the size of the lot, and let me see here. I want to pull that lot up again. I think I lost it. I think I might have closed that page, but I think the lot was probably I saw it good enough. I want to say, should we say 7,500 a month or 100 a month or 50 a month for lawn care or maintenance, trees and
Yeah,
grass?
I would just do 70. I think 75 months should handle it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and Wi-Fi, should we do 75 a month also?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. And okay, so now let's go to AirDNA, and then we're gonna find the monthly, and then with the monthly income, we take the yearly, and then we divide it by 12,
Right.
and then we will take a percentage of that for management and for like a maintenance war
So
chest.
Jimmy's Jimmy, are you hiring somebody like Noah to manage this, or are you gonna self manage this?
Self-managed.
So his I'm gonna put $0 for his management cost.
What are you guys' thoughts on TVs on every room?
It's a great question. So me and my partners, we kind of go back and forth about it. I actually Um, I don't do TVs in every room. I'll do like a big TV
Yep.
the living room, and I'm good with that. Like, but like some of my partners, they're like insist on the TV in every room. And like so sometimes I'll do it. Like I've done that with a few houses. And but for me, it's like most people don't my opinion, people like a TV, but they're probably not watching it. They're busy people working like us. They don't have too much time for TV.
So my thing, I agree with Noah because like the way Noah has taught me to think about this stuff is your ROI, right? Like, are you gonna lose money because you don't have TVs in the bedrooms? Are people gonna actually not book your Airbnb when like are they gonna look? Maybe there might be 1%, right? But on average, I don't think we're gonna lose money by not putting in TVs. I think if somebody needs an Airbnb, I think that's the last thing they're looking at if there's a TV in every bedroom. So why spend the money there because it's going to hurt my return on investment? I'd rather save that money and get better numbers, right? Because I'm going to get those bookings anyways, right? And this is like what every question comes down to. What's my return on investment? Like if I should I get fresh new carpets or should I steam clean the carpets that I got? And we literally had this challenge the other day, and we're like, okay, well, like, how bad are the carpets? They're not that bad. Look, new carpets, getting fresh carpets feels great. It looks great. But if we can steam clean it for a lot cheaper, are people gonna not book because of that? No, they're gonna book, right? They're gonna book our Airbnb. Great. Let's just steam clean the carpets. Let's get better ROI. So we look
And
at everything from a return on investment. Yeah, no?
and you know who usually I do once in a while I get a request for a TV in every room, and usually it's a mother with a bunch of kids,
Mm.
and like and it's those same kids who leave their candy in the carpet too. So yeah, so we probably don't need it. But
Right.
like, but that's one of those things that's debatable. It's only an extra $100 per room. And recently, like maybe a few months ago, 4 months ago, a woman said, "Hey, I want to book for a month, but do you have a TV in every room?" I said, "I don't, but if you book it, I'll bring them. I could bring them, no
There you
problem."
go.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and I did it. I didn't. So now that house has TVs in every room, right? Because the other reason I don't like a whole bunch of stuff if not necessary, is because then it's something else that could be broken, right?
Yeah.
Or
It's
like, hey,
another thing to break,
the
another thing
TV
to
in the
replace.
third room isn't working right. I can't get it to work right. Da 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 da. So it's like I would rather not have something than have something that doesn't work.
People, that's human psychology, right? If like, say the house doesn't have a toaster, right? People like it just doesn't have one. Maybe
Then
you'll
no
get a
problem.
complaint, but
But
usually
if the
no
toaster's
problem. No
not
one's gonna like,
working, then they'll complain.
yeah. But then if it has a toaster and the toaster's not working, ooh, God forbid, right?
Right.
They're gonna check, like, oh, I get to make toast. Oh, I can't make toast. Oh
Right. I
my
was
God.
all excited about this toast.
Yep, that's how people are. So it's like I'd rather not just have the toaster. Not that we don't have toasters. I'm using toasters as an example, but I'd rather just not have the amenity than have the amenity and then it breaks and people,
And the more things you have, the more things
that
can
can
break.
break. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you using to estimate average annual income? Yes, we are using AirDNA. How accurate is that number? Me and Noah like to talk about it like Zillow. Like Zillow is pretty accurate, but then sometimes it's not accurate, right? Like it's just a tool like anything else. Noah, how accurate is AirDNA?
I think it's pretty good. It's like it's pretty good, just like Zillow. It's not 100%. Like there can be, so the bigger the city, probably the better the numbers are. Like the more the comps there are.
There are more comps, right?
If there are not a lot of units in that town, then it could easily be skewed by an outlier.
Absolutely.
So let's see here. So let's start with Rentalizer right here, and I will put that address in.
Sergio says on Facebook. So guys, if you're messaging us on Facebook, if you're commenting, I actually can't see it unless I manually open it up. Sergio says, how do you loan against yourself? How does it work mechanically? That's a great question. That's an amazing question. You can have your money. Do you want to go? You want to answer that, Jimmy?
No, I'm sorry. I was gonna say it's one bathroom. One bathroom.
One bathroom for the whole house?
And it changes the numbers a lot. Notice the number now.
Mhm.
And it dumps to like 50K, which I don't know how big of a bathroom.
See, so I'm gonna tell you the reason that is. It's not, so that right there. That's the perfect example of it being skewed. So there's probably a comp in that area that comp probably, it might be like on the beach with the pool, with the infinity pool or something, that happens to have two bathrooms, and it has super high numbers. So maybe
throwing off the data. So that's an outlier.
So maybe the one extra bathroom one less bathroom really won't hurt it that much. So we're gonna pop over here to overview and see how many units there are. But the 55,000 is still pretty good, Jimmy. I think maybe me and Munif can break our rule and buy this from you if you want to change your mind, because I think
Jimmy's keeping this one.
I think in later in like maybe February, you're gonna have a lot of other opportunities and you might want that money freed up. But
yeah, I bet.
Okay.
I have a feeling Jimmy wants to keep this one, so I don't want to persuade him to sell it to us if he can. But I will say that Sergio, he asked, how do you loan against yourself? And I really want to answer that because it's a great question. So you can have your money in an LLC, right? You can have your money in an LLC, and then when you structure this deal and you open escrow and you go to the title company and you fund the deal, you can actually secure that money you borrow from your LLC that you own, and you can secure I believe it's called a deed in trust. I don't know exactly what the real estate jargon is, but you basically secure a lien against the property for that LLC, which you own. And now you can make a promissory note and you can give yourself that interest rate. So when you're cash flowing, you're basically paying yourself back with a little bit of interest in a separate bank account, right, from your other stuff. And then that money that you borrowed from yourself, it's growing, right? And then you're being your own private money lender, just so you're constantly growing your money every single month. You're giving yourself interest, you're borrowing money, just so you know that your money is growing no matter what you're doing with it, even if you're using it for your own rentals. That's the idea. It's just a mental thing, right? Because you're using your own money. But the thing is, you're offsetting the opportunity cost Now you get to, because what if you could have lent it to somebody else and grown it? So you offset it by just giving yourself that interest rate. And so you're lending money to yourself and you're giving yourself interest. You get to buy real estate. You get to experience the advantages of owning real estate, and that money that you had initially, that is also growing and you're tracking all of it. That's really the reason why we do that. Noah, what does your management fee cost?
Normally it's 20%. Now,
20%.
some people nowadays are even charging 25, 30%. It depends on the market. And I started my business off doing a discounted management fee of 10%. And then I eventually got too many clients and had to start raising it because when I started at 20, then I went down to 10 to attract more clients. I got too many. Then I started going up to 15. Now back at 20, and especially because I had to start hiring a team.
Well, now you're not taking any new clients now, right?
No. So I will take them, but it's super case by case, and and everything is backed up, 3 or 6 months.
Yeah, we're a little backed up. So right now we're helping Noah grow his team so we can start, he can start taking clients again. But right now Noah is backed up 3 to 6 months. So I know a lot of people message Noah and they say, hey, will you set up my Airbnb? Will you manage my Airbnb? The answer right now is no, until we, get the right team in place for Noah. And then the answer is maybe. Okay. Are you limited to certain locations in Florida? I don't know what you mean by that, Thomas. Okay. So we've got the gross monthly revenue. So it's 55.3 divided by 12. So you're pulling in 4,600 a month gross. Self-management costs. So Noah, can you talk about that? Is that Jimmy paying himself?
Yeah. Pay
10%.
Yep. He should pay himself, or 20%.
20% he's paying himself. So this is great because Jimmy should pay himself. And at the end of the day, if he wants to hire it out, he's not actually making less money at the end of the day. He's already budgeted that in. So it's easier for him to hire it out down the road. And if he doesn't hire it out, that income gain he's getting, it is paying himself. So I love how you do that. You give yourself a 20% self-management cost.
Now, was there another private money loan here?
Well, it was to himself.
Is it just the 28?
So the 30.8K, Jimmy, how much are you paying yourself an interest rate on that?
Yeah, 8%. So total will be 150. You could put in PML. That'll include the 2 notes, the 10 grand and the.
Okay, great. And then what is the maintenance? Is the maintenance the what do you use for the maintenance, Noah?
So maintenance, I'll either do 5 or 10% of this, depending on the condition of the property. Like, for example, if you're getting the used beds, you're probably also getting all used appliances. If the appliances and the HVAC, if you don't know how old they are, then you might want to put a 10% maintenance fee.
Everything I will say is fairly new. She bought the property basically fully rehabbed.
Okay.
And then within a couple months, she left it.
Just do 5% then.
Okay.
AC is new as well.
Okay.
They just inspected as well. AC got
nice.
one.
Okay. Oops.
Amazing. Okay. And now we can add everything up to figure out our cash flow, right? So we have got gross, and then that is the total positive cash flow Jimmy will be making every single month. So that is fantastic. And now once we have that, what I love doing, and Noah stands by this, is figuring out how long is it going to take for that cash flow to pay back your entry fee. This is really cash on cash return, guys, right? You take your entry fee and you divide it by that cash flow, and you get the amount of months it's going to take you to pay it back, right? And you can switch the division and you can get a percentage, but we just like to figure out the month number, right? So if you get the percentage, people say, hey, this is my cash on cash return on investment, and it's a percentage sign, or you can do it the opposite way. You can flip the numerator and the denominator, and you can say, hey, this is how many months it's going to take us to pay back
25.
the entry fee. So what was the answer?
25 months.
25 months. 25 months to pay back that entry fee. So Noah, what numbers do we like for us?
We like under 36 months.
We like under 36 months. So this is a deal. This is a great deal, Jimmy. This is an awesome deal. You'll pay yourself back in 25 months, and you're getting all the benefits of home ownership, appreciation, tax advantages, principal reduction, and cash flow.
Sweet. How do you guys go about as far as comping and all that stuff? I guess looking at the market and all that. I know you look at the Airbnb.
Airbnb did that for us. Oh, by the way, let me just show you also here, calculator, and then if we do it the other way, 1262 divided by 30,800, you see it's this, and this is this I'm trying to remember the way we did this calculation.
Which one are you talking about? No.
This is so this, and then I think so when you do this divided by this, then you just move this over, and is this is I think this
cash
is
on cash. I think you got to multiply by 12.
No, you got to multiply by 12. So I'm doing it right now.
Right.
So that's the yearly, right? 1544, right? And if we divide that by 3,800, it's actually almost 50%.
Right. Which you can get that here by seeing it was like
20, it's like 2 years, right?
24 point something months.
Right.
Obviously it's about 50%.
So this is good.
Which is unheard of with a normal investment.
Right.
But because this does take effort and it's not guaranteed, that's why the numbers are higher, but it's still really good. And
so maximum you guys are looking at, what was it, 30, 35?
So 36 would be 3 years.
Is the minimum. Like if it's under 36% cash on cash, like I don't even want to get out of bed for it.
Okay. Or that would be 33% would equal 36 months.
Correct. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. 33%. So
now I have looked at one though. I did get one that's over, but it was because there was something else special with the property. Like it came with equity that we can't tap right away, but we'll tap later. So I was okay with going slightly over 36 months or 30.
So I'm going to share screen. Okay, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because Noah, you just gave me an idea. Here we go. Can you guys see our buy box? All right. Noah.
Yep.
We never said, we got to put it in our buy box, bro. We forgot to put it in here.
Okay. But the other thing that we didn't do, this is just a rentalizer, by the way. If we look at revenue, if we click on revenue here, we don't have to do it now, but we might have got slightly different numbers. And just so you know, there are 70 houses on Airbnb with 4 bedrooms in that area, in that city.
70?
Yeah.
That's good.
Is that good or bad?
That's really good.
That's good. That's a lot. Yeah, we were looking at other properties in Daytona, and we hope you send us some. If you know anybody that's selling another one.
I just had 2 that I sold. I had a duplex. You mentioned a duplex. I don't know if it was the one I had.
Did you sell it to somebody that's not us?
Nah, so hold on.
Why?
No, hold on. Let me tell you. The guy who had it was an agent.
Huh?
The guy who brought it to me was an agent, and it had a pool in it.
Oh no, not this one.
Okay.
Jimmy, send us.
The one that I had was right next to a strip club, literally.
That's all the reason to buy it.
I'm trying to. I think I heard about that one too. But what's the name of the club?
No, it's like I've been there, man.
No. But no, there's a sub two student who lives here, and I mean he lives in Jersey, but his dad is from Daytona Beach and does remodel work. I was just in DeBerry,
I
right here.
wonder if that was my business. Nah, I don't think that's my business partner. But my business sounds like my business partner. Juan, by any chance?
Yeah, Juan lives in Jersey, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so his dad came through to our property right here in DeBerry, like a
Mm,
half hour, and he's gonna help us with a. We're gonna convert a garage into another bedroom.
I am
nice.
taking a photo of our buy box, so I'm gonna make it my computer screensaver.
I
So I
live
never
I live
forget.
right next to the Berry, so if you guys need help with anything over there, take a random broken toaster over there, let me know.
Oh, dude, thank you.
How far from DeBerry?
Dude, literally probably 2 minutes.
Are you kidding
I
me?
live in Orange City. If you look at Orange City, is the city next to it, but
I
they're
see it.
the Berry and Orange City are tiny.
I know it. That's awesome, man. It's such a small world, isn't it?
How long do you guys plan to hold these Airbnbs for? Forever.
Airbnb is good in the Berry.
Airbnb is good everywhere. It just depends. It's like if your city can have a hotel, so now then it can have an Airbnb because Airbnb is just another hotel brand. If you're like now is air is so it was there's very few Airbnbs in DeBerry, but there are some and um
What did Airbnb or AirDNA say for you guys? Because I feel like every time I check over there, it's in the 30s. I could be wrong.
right, so it probably was in the 30s. So let's see here.
So we have to wrap up quick. Jimmy, do you have any questions about your deal,
I'm
man?
good. Thank you guys.
Dude, thank you so much for bringing this deal for us to underwrite. You're awesome. You're freaking great. I'm gonna remove you from the StreamYard, brother, and then just let us know. Just like text me or text Noah if you have any
Yeah,
questions about. If you need any help with this, reach out to us. We'll help you. All right,
for
man.
sure. Last question, and this is more for you guys' benefit. Do you only buy creative or do you buy cash?
We only buy creative.
Okay, cool.
We only buy creative right now. That's gonna change because we've got some lenders in the works who are gonna potentially fund 125% LTV for Airbnb deals. But until we have that secured, only creative right now. All right, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you. All right. So Noah, before we wrap up here, because I know you're busy, I've got a couple meetings after this. Does anybody have questions? Does anybody have anything they want to ask us before we get out of here? Does anybody have any questions? You guys are amazing. Thank you so much, Ball is Life. Andrew says thank you so much. Yeah, guys, if you got any value, please go make a post on the free creative financing page or the sub to private Facebook group. Tag Noah, share something you learned from today. If you learned anything, go share it because I have to actually beg Noah to get on the takeaway. He could have been buying 3 other Airbnbs, or there's probably 19 missed calls that he has right now because some of his properties are on fire. But he said, you know what? Those fires can wait. Those houses are not going to burn to the ground in an hour. I'm going to get on the takeaway and give you free value. I'm going to teach you the secrets and the tricks of the trade for free. So what we can do, the least we can do to give back to Noah is go make a post and shout out how awesome he is for teaching us the tricks of the trade for Airbnbs. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the weekend ahead. And maybe if he gets enough shout outs, maybe he'll share his furnishing SOP with you guys because he's standardizing. We are actually helping Noah standardize each item of furniture for every Airbnb. Maybe that's something that might interest you guys. But how is Noah gonna know? How is he gonna know? How is he gonna know you want to see that stuff unless you go actually shout him out on Facebook, on Instagram, tag Noah. Noah, what is your Instagram handle?
It's Airbnb King Noah.
Airbnb King Noah on Instagram. tag him on Instagram, tag him on Facebook, shower our boy Noah with all the sugar, even though he's giving up sugar 475 hard. Shower him with sugar. All right, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you. I cannot wait to see you guys next time on The Takeaway. Bye.